Hello and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. On the last episode, Beatrix wanted to start a band. Yeah. We talked to everyone. We talked to, well, not everyone. Don't think we talked to Nicholas. But we talked to Yoshiki, who has made a present for I. And he's assured us Dai does not have access to said present. Which I hope so, otherwise we're going to have a horror movie situation on our hands. And I feel like that's going to be one of the endings. Nevertheless, though, I believe it's a matter of just socialising with the people we have. So, yeah, I guess we're beginning. You're in a band?
Well, Nicholas and I play together all the time, but I thought adding a new member would be nice.
Didn't know about the vocals, that they played instruments. What does Nicholas play?
The piano.
Makes sense. Wow, really?
He's great at it too.
Again, makes sense. Your family is so talented.
Yeah, it comes with a vocal name.
Okay.
Leave it to me. I'll find you a role to play.
The saxophone, clearly, if piano's taken. I'm sorry, I'm not more talented. Beatrix favoured me with a warm smile.
You just have different talents. Everyone does.
Our talent is to be trapped in space, having mental issues due to a lack of oxygen, and nothing else really. You think everyone on the ship is talented?
Of course.
Alright. Yoshiki. What is Yoshiki talented at?
As far as engineering goes, Yoshiki's constantly getting electrocuted or hurting himself in some other way, so engineering is out.
So the engineer is terrible at engineering, that's what you're saying? Wait, really?
Yes. Apparently it runs in the family since both his parents died in workplace accidents.
Well, that's not good to know.
I'll say this much though. Yoshiki always knows how to raise our spirits with a kind word or a well-placed joke. Especially the captains.
Is that a talent? Is comedy talent? Like, it's more so just knowledge, really. You know what to say, when to say it. Really? Beatrix Nugget. No,
Take my word for it. If you want to ask the captain for something, be sure to send Yoshiki ahead of you. I guarantee it will improve your chances of obtaining her approval. She's always had a massive soft spot for him.
Interesting to know. This is good knowledge. This is good information. Like romantically?
I don't think so. In many ways, their relationship reminds me of the one Nicholas and I share.
Romantically? That's clearly a joke, but again, it wouldn't be... If that was a twist, I wouldn't really be surprised. So she thinks Yoshiki is a little brother.
Possibly. I've never asked the captain directly. I try not to concern myself with her personal life if I can help it.
Why?
Alright, that's enough of that. I'm going to go bathe before dinner.
Okay. What are we having for dinner this evening?
Oh, sorry, sailor. I must have forgotten to tell you. I'm taking the night off, so please help yourself to whatever's in the fridge. I'll be back on kitchen duty tomorrow morning, so don't panic.
Okay. Alright, thanks for the heads up, Beatrix. I'll probably just go grab a snack, then turn in early for the night.
Okay, but be sure you're on time for breakfast.
I won't. You got it. Thanks for the show today, Beatrix.
You're very welcome. See you tomorrow.
I made my way to the rec room. I made my way out of the rec room and headed towards my quarters. When I arrived at the kitchen, I could clearly see that the other crew members have already been through here to grab something to eat. I shouldn't need too much, I'm quite tired and won't be up long. I grabbed myself a banana and a slice of whatever cake was in the fridge and headed back to my quarters. There's cake, also a banana and cake combined. I sat before my coffee table, banana and cake to my left, papers and tablet open on the right, displaying the details of the pocket watch I'd compiled thus far. I wolfed down the banana and a slice of sponge cake as I worked. I looked over the papers again and again, hoping for some new revelation. Resting my head against the coffee table for a few moments, I drifted off to sleep. We didn't even get a drink. Oop. I think we got it. This is ignore, right? There we go. I awoke with my head against the hard surface, extremely sore from after a poor night's sleep. Ow, my face. Still hazy. I looked down to find that I'd fallen asleep on my tablet. The research paper and dinner plate were still on the coffee table, although they had been disturbed by my movements as I slept. What time is it? I poked my tablet's screen with my index finger and noted the time. 4:30 AM. My stomach grumbled loudly. I clearly hadn't eaten enough for dinner that night. A banana and a slice of cake. You really thought that would be enough? Breakfast wasn't going to be there for a few more hours, so I decided to get a snack to go back to sleep, and a few more hours before breakfast. I dragged myself off the floor and through the door to the kitchen. We're going to run into someone, aren't we? We're going to break a rule, because it's going to be the end of the team. I barely managed to keep my eyes open as I shuffled down the halls, finding my way there purely by instinct. At long last, I staggered into the kitchen and stuck my head into the fridge. What should I eat?
Shizuka, is that you?
See, not good. Huh? I pulled my head out of the fridge and saw Kakashi standing in the doorway. That's me. I'm just grabbing a snack. I'll head out of your way in a sec. Kakashi stood there, stunned. All colour drained in his face as his features contorted into an expression of sheer panic, because we interacted with each other. To be fair, you didn't know about it, Kakashi. I did. A split second later, Dai appeared into the kitchen with a satisfied smile on her face.
Consider yourself sprung, you two.
Wait a minute, Dai. It was a mistake. I was half asleep.
We didn't talk about anything game-related.
It doesn't matter.
I thought he was Shizuka.
Save it. You broke the rules. I will now hand down my punishment.
Sorry, Kakashi. I blame myself for this.
Hold on, punish me. I'm the one who spoke first.
Yeah, but you didn't know who it was. I was the one who replied to you. Don't be ridiculous, Kakashi. Punish me, Dai. I was the one who spoke careless. Dai's voice broke as she replied.
You guys would really sacrifice yourselves to save each other?
Yeah, Kakashi's cool.
Of course we would.
Even though you're on different teams?
Yeah. We might be on different teams, but he shouldn't have to suffer because of my actions. Dai stiffened and wiped away a stray tear. She's not really crying. Why is she doing that?
I think that's beautiful.
You're lying. Dai began to solve. Evil mastermind or not, it was an unpleasant sight to see. Against my better judgment, I asked the obvious question. Dai, are you okay? Her response was surprisingly matter-of-fact.
Me?
Yes, are you okay? Dai's crocodile tears gave way to tears of mirth.
I'm better than okay. You two just broke the rules and now it's punishment time.
Okay.
Now, are you ready for this?
What's the punishment? Kakashi sighed.
Just get it over with already.
Yeah, sorry, Kakashi.
Very well.
The intercom system crackled to life and Dai's voice flipped the ship.
Good morning, sleepyheads. I need you all to report to the dining hall within the next 30 minutes. I repeat, everyone is to report to the dining hall within the next 30 minutes. Over and out.
Oh. Dai cocked her head to the side and smiled at me, Kakashi, and me.
Now, even though you've already broken the rules, you are not to continue communicating, or else there will be an even more serious punishment, okay?
Dai,
Okay.
why are you getting the whole crew involved?
This is a team game, isn't it?
So all 8 of us are going to get punished?
Now, 30 minutes. No more chit-chat. I would go find your teams if I was you.
With those words, Dai began to dissipate until there was nothing left but her Cheshire cat smile hanging in the midair. The next instant, it was gone. I looked over to Kakashi, trying my best to silently communicate my feelings of an apologetic expression. He nodded in mute understanding, hitched his thumb towards the door, and exited the kitchen. Man, this is not a good start. I needed to find my team. It looked like I owed them an apology. Made my way to Beatrix and Nicholas's quarters, where I found Yoshiki standing outside their door. Makes sense. You know, those two are together, so it should be easy to get them at first.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
I screwed up, I'm sorry.
What? What do you mean?
I talked to Kakashi. The door to Beatrix and Nicholas's quarters slid open, both siblings emerged.
What happened?
I made a mistake.
What do you mean you made a mistake?
Nicholas was shifting his weight while cleaning his glasses, clearly still half asleep.
Beatrix, you need to calm down.
He's gonna flip when we find out.
Nicholas, it's 4:30 a.m.
All the more reason for you to calm down. We need to fully understand the gravity of the situation.
Nicholas calmly placed his glasses on the bridge of his nose and took a deep breath before turning his address to me.
Please fill us in on what's happened. Start from the beginning.
Long story short, I spoke to someone on the other team and I caught us.
You were betraying us?
Beatrix approached within a few centimeters of me and looked right in the eyes. Her anger was palpable, radiating from her body in waves. Interesting that you immediately assumed betrayal.
Beatrix, let him explain himself.
Beatrix reluctantly withdrew, continuing to stare daggers at me from across the hall.
No, he would never do that. Right?
Thank you for understanding, Yoshiki and Nicholas. No, I wasn't betraying anyone.
Then what happened?
I woke up hungry this morning, went to the kitchen to grab a snack. As I was looking through the fridge, Kakashi walked in and spoke to me, mistaking me for Shizuka.
So Katashi spoke first.
Yes, and I was stupid enough to respond. Before I knew it, it had appeared in the kitchen and gave us the third degree. The third degree for breaking the rules. Apparently, we needed to be punished. Both of our teams have to come along for the ride.
Is that everything?
As far as I'm aware. Yes, you heard the rest over the intercom.
So this is all just one huge mistake then?
One that we will not get out of. Mistake or not, the entire crew stands to suffer for it. It would be one thing if Kakashi and I were the only ones being held accountable for our actions, but the sounds of things, Dai's gone and summoned everyone for the weekly deletion games.
You'd better hope this punishment kills you, or else I will afterwards.
Not if I kill you in self-defense. I'm so sorry, didn't mean for this to happen.
I understand. We'll get through this. Don't worry about Beatrix. She's not a morning person on the best of days.
She's not a person ever.
Now, let's all head over to the dining hall and hear what this punishment is.
Don't worry. I don't blame you. Anyone could have made the same mistake.
Thank you, Yoshiki. Thank you for... I'm just hiding behind Nicholas as I thank Yoshiki, because Beatrix is definitely going to try and stab us to hinder us at some point. Thanks, Yoshiki, but I still feel terrible about it. Like, she's going to get us right in, like, the leg so we can't run. After doing some last-minute preparations, the team headed towards the dining hall. Once we arrived, we saw the other team had already gathered and were waiting our arrival. Dai surveyed the new arrivals from her vantage point near the center of the room.
Welcome, welcome. It's about time Team A decided to grace us with their presence.
Cool.
As I'm sure you are already aware, the rule forbidding communication between teams has been broken, which is why you've all been summoned here this morning.
What is the punishment? Dai looked at each of us. Dai looked at each of the crew members in turn. Her gaze finally come to rest on Beatrix.
Oh, dearie me, Trixie. You're looking a bit rough around the edges this morning.
Beatrix glared at Dai before directing her anger in my direction.
I just wish the people would have the courtesy to break the rules at a more sensible hour.
That's a fair comment to make, really.
Oh, Trixie, you're such a hoot. Well, I'd say that's more than enough pleasantries for now. On to the punishment.
What if you just punished the two of us?
Yeah, I would much rather that. Then again, I'd also much rather it not be Kakashi at all. I agree, there's no need to involve the rest of the crew.
I already told you two that this is a team sport. Now, the punishment for breaking the rules is...
The room fell completely silent and we waited with bated breath.
the deletion game!
So we just moved it closer then. Dai spread her arms theatrically as she made this declaration. The room remained silent.
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry. Was I not clear enough? Allow me to explain. Instead of holding this round of the deletion game on Sunday as planned, we'll be playing it right now.
Fair enough, really.
But most of us are still half asleep.
So, It's no skin off my nose.
Do you even have skin? The captain took
Die,
a
if multiple crew members are half asleep during the current round, not only would it affect our ability to play the game, it could lead to something terrible.
Again, she doesn't care.
Like their deaths?
Much worse, I'm afraid.
What could possibly be worse? Don't keep me in
Die's eyes lit up with gruesome possibilities.
If everyone is half asleep, no one will perform well, and the game, well, the game would be boring.
Okay, good logic. Good logic. They'll like that. Die gasps, completely taken back.
boring. No. The game can't be boring. Games are supposed to be fun.
Exactly, so, like, don't kill us. Kimiko shrugged non-committedly.
I know, but I guess there's no helping it now.
Although Dai was going to do her best to maintain her composure, it was clear Kimiko's argument had touched a nerve.
All right. I'll give you all an extra hour to wake up and prepare so that you can all bring your A game, okay? But that's the best I can do under the circumstances.
Okay, well, an hour's still something.
That sounds fair. I'm sure we can all make do with that.
Everyone's seated at the table, nodded in unison. With these new terms established, Dai seemed to regain her usual composure.
Okay, good. You are to return here in an hour for the first round. Until then, however, you are still forbidden from communicating with each other.
That was a questionable loop in audio.
Oh, and Trixie,
What?
is an hour long enough for you to fix this?
Dai made a vague circular gesture with her index finger in Beatrix's general direction, screwing up her face in disgust. It just seems like a general communication between these two. Beatrix stormed towards Dai, her eyes filled with a murderous intent.
I'll fix you.
Pretty sure that's Yoshiki's job. Nicholas shook her head in disapproval and grabbed his sister's arm as she began to edge closer to Dai. With a self-satisfied smile, Dai's form dissipated before their eyes.
I...
Beatrix let out a frustrated cry as she wrenched her arm free from Nicholas's grasp.
Now isn't the time for this. We need to prepare for the first round or we'll be putting ourselves at a serious disadvantage. Let's head to the rec room and work out our strategy.
That sounds like a good plan.
Sure, why not? Yoshiki grabbed my hand and pulled me out of the dining hall towards the rec room.
Why are you being so quiet?
Because we caused it, I guess. I said just send someone to death today.
Someone was going to die anyway, right? So it isn't your fault.
Yeah, but at least like they had extra time. I robbed them with 3 days.
Thinking about it like that will just drive you crazy. For now, let's just try and focus on winning as a team.
Yoshiki flashed a winning smile. As awful as I felt, I appreciated that he was making an effort to cheer me up. Well, Beatrix did say Yoshiki does try that. I must have, with a lot of little enthusiasm I could, managed to wake a weak smile. Okay, let's win this thing. Or we just lose, and then we have the lowest points, and then we lose. Problem solved. We save someone's life. We arrived at the rec room, and Nicholas immediately started discussing our strategy.
I've been considering 2 particular strategies.
Alright, let's hear them.
Our first option is to go through the rounds with 2 people on 0 each time in order to spread the points over the other 2. In doing so, we'd increase their personal pools and hopefully win the rounds, assuming the other team decides to spread their points over all 4 people.
And our other option?
Assume they're doing what I just described, and spread out our points over all 4 of us.
What about... how would we go about splitting our points?
We'd have to play it by ear, until we saw the results of the first round.
That makes sense. No point nailing down a plan when there are so many variables in play.
Dai chimed in over the intercom.
Please assemble in the dining hall for this week's deletion game. Round 1 starts in 5 minutes.
I think I might do
Woo!
plan A. Certainly didn't feel like an hour.
It wasn't. It appears she's only given us half an hour.
What? But that's not fair!
Well, she was going to make us play on the spot. A half hour still better than nothing.
I guess.
We did manage to talk about the plan.
Okay, let's make our way over now.
For the second time in the morning, we headed to the dining hall, where we were forced to play the deletion game once again. We arrived to find lazing about, gazing at her nails. It's interesting. Just
Oh,
interesting.
goody. Everyone's here. Now, I know I said an hour, but just look at you all. There's nothing quite like the risk of death to wake you up in a hurry, is there? All right, let's play.
Very well, Di. Let's get this over with.
I love your fighting spirit. Okay, so what I will need is for you all to wait outside during the other team's turn.
You will get up. You get up for 5 minutes in the room, decide your point allocations, and then after that, you can input your choices in the main terminal. However, all hands must be placed on the terminal in agreement.
Team A, you are up first. Team B, get out.
The members of Team B hastily left the dining hall and left us alone with Di in the dining hall. The dining hall was is now projected with a shimmering holographic terminal.
Your 5 minutes starts now.
Okay, I've put together promising configurations. Please choose whichever one you prefer.
Okay then. Three and 7, I think. Me getting the lowest is fair, really.
Is everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go for this now. I've been input the allocation using the terminal, and everyone else place their palms onto theirs to approve it.
Thank you for your entry. Please exit the dining hall so that stinky Team B can assign their points.
We quickly shuffled out of the dining hall, and the Team B entered their turn. We went into the corridor, Team B passing us as they went in. I couldn't look at them. Deep down, I was hoping for results that it meant that one of them would be killed.
I hate this game.
I hate all the games. They all opened us, and Team B must have gone in clearly defined strategy. They must have barely talked it at all before putting in their choice. We went in and sat down, ready to hear about the
Why,
worst.
hello, contestants. I didn't see you there.
I laughed to ourselves before continuing.
Both teams have now inputted their selection, and so it is my pleasure and my privilege to announce the results of round 1. And the winner of round 1 is... Congrats, Team A! Strong start.
Okay, then, that's good. It was us versus... those 3.
Your tablets will now display your team's individual points. The suspense is killing me. Let's move on to round 2.
Okay, then, yeah, I see how
Team
this
A,
goes.
you are up again. Please follow me.
I walked it through... Yeah. I walked through the wall and made our way back into the dining hall. As we... Yeah.
Your 5 minutes starts now.
Okay, we started strong. Let's keep this up.
What are you suggesting for this round?
My suggestions are...
I'm tempted to do the 1-1. Yeah. Input the allocation to terminal.
Thank you for your entry. Please exit the dining hall so that stinky Team B can... If you would be so kind as to draw your attention to this screen.
I projected the screen using the same light as you made of.
And the winner of round 2 is...
Team B. 2-2.
Wah! Team A, you are my hero!
Okay, so we doubled.
Let's move on to round
Well, not
3
doubled,
then.
but yeah.
Team A, you are up again. Please follow me.
walked through the wall, we made our way back into the dining hall.
Your 5 minutes starts now.
We might be.
One more round before we can count our chickens, Yoshiki. Heading into the final battle, I suggest.
Oh, that's gonna make Yoshiki have no points. So I'm gonna go up in the allocations using terminal pods. Yeah.
Let's get straight to the results. Congratulations, Team A! After 3 rounds, you have come out victorious. And that means, Team B, you lose. Congrats!
Okay, then. So I'm so sorry.
Enough of that. Now for the prize winner. Congratulations, Katashi!
He made himself have the least amount of points because he pushed it forward.
All right, well, let's get to it. But first, just let me take the time to really congratulate all of our winners and our losers. Isn't teamwork just the greatest?
Shizuka's face swelled with grief as she approached Kakashi and grabbed a hold of one of his shirt sleeves.
Tashi, I'm so sorry. I thought our strategy would work.
It's not your fault, kiddo, so don't sweat it. I approve the numbers. Same as you.
I shouldn't lose. This is a game. Why am I losing?
Because you're not the only gamer on the ship, I guess.
You didn't lose, kiddo. This was just practice, okay? I know you can win the next round.
Kakashi patted Shizuka on her head and she began to weep.
We weren't supposed to lose.
I'm sorry, Katashi. I tried to ensure we all had points.
I know you did, Captain. But as you said, it was important that we protect Melody. And we did. Besides, it's quite fitting, isn't it? After all, I was the one who triggered the game to start early in the first place.
Yeah, but it was also me as well, though. Shizuka shuffled back to the back of the crowd, although she was doing her best to hide her face. I could hear her quietly crying. Diamond meaningfully cleared her throat.
Yes, I agree. Super fitting. Now let's get on with it.
Diamond materialized a wheel in front of her and started spinning it. Immediately, her eyes widened as she watched it spin. Tick, tick, tick.
Oh, how fitting, Katashi. You're going to be cooked to death.
Oh, that's not going to be fun to watch.
Can't come up with anything new, eh, Dai?
Excuse me?
I'm not the first person to die from being cooked.
Katashi, don't be insensitive.
The captain placed a reassuring hand on the back of Melody's head. Melody was planted firmly at Kimpo's side, grabbing tight at Captain's leg with both arms. Kakashi glanced sheepishly at Melody before meeting the captain's gaze.
Sorry about that. I'm about to die, though. So can you forgive me this once, Captain?
Kakashi looked at the captain playfully.
Of course.
Captain did her best to force a smile.
I will have you know, Mr. Space Farmer. Not that that is even a real job. I have arranged a way to cook you without needing to resort to what happened last time.
Oh?
You know, I spend so much time every week trying to come up with interesting ways for you all to die. And this is the thanks I get? You know I am not phoning this in, right? Why does no one appreciate my creativity?
You didn't spend a week on this, though. You pushed it forward 3 days. As anger suddenly turned to tears.
I even spent hours designing the deletion game rounds for you all.
Everyone in the room looked at each other confused.
You don't ever have to play the same game twice, but still, no one thanks me.
Aw, don't say that, Dai. I'm sure we all appreciate how hard you work for us.
Yoshiki, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Yoshiki!
Captain gave Yoshiki a scathing look, causing Yoshiki to snap out of his momentary lapse of judgment.
Sorry. You know I can't handle it when people cry, especially girls.
Don't worry about it, man. The captain seemed both angered and baffled by his stupidity.
Excuse me, Captain, but Yoshiki and I were having a beautiful moment.
No, you aren't. I turned her attention back to Yoshiki.
You know what, Yoshiki? I will remember your kindness.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. When I kill you, I will stay with you and cheer you on until you eventually stop breathing.
Somehow, nice.
I will even pretend to mourn for you. Isn't that sweet?
I suppose. Yoshiki left out a nervous laugh.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Kakashi cleared his throat, reminding everyone the task at hand.
Oh, how unthoughtful of me. I should be focusing on the man of the hour.
So, how exactly is this going to happen?
Well, first we will...
Wait. Forget it. I don't want to know.
Ah, I hear you. You want to learn through experience.
Dai winked at Kakashi.
All right, everyone. Let's all head to the kitchen.
I think it'd probably be best if I saved this for next time. But I'm kind of curious.
The kitchen? Dai, I hate to disappoint you, but I won't fit in the oven.
Shh, you already said you didn't want to know. Now onwards.
I'll leave that out for the next time then, I think. Thank you for stopping by, and hopefully you had fun. And hopefully I can see you on the next one. With that, goodbye.